So our favorite former former Kotaku journalist, Kotaku the pinnacle of journalistic integrity, Alyssa Mercante, whatever, has decided to issue a challenge to Melonie Mac. Why? Because Melonie likes to use certain words, like the R word or the F word, not fuck. The other one, the one, that's, well, hang on. That word. It's her favorite word. And we used it all the time in the 90s because, people were less sensitive. People didn't care. Even into the early 2000s, people were still using this word. And then all of a sudden, it's offensive and harmful and oh my God. So the R word, artard, this word. Well, Alyssa doesn't like that Melonie uses those. So she's issuing a threat or a challenge to Melonie. And Melonie, you can tell she's going through a struggle when she asks to fight. Yeah, she ducked out of two fights previously, both with Vera and with Mara Jade. Now, even though people can say, "Oh well, she would have kicked Vera's ass," Mara, not so much. Three first place trophies with judo. So she says, Alyssa Mercante, come fight me physically. Challenge accepted, sweetheart. And when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, that's hot. As you can guess, Alyssa didn't accept her challenge. Um, so Alyssa replied, Vera, babe, we discussed this. Anytime, anyplace. I don't need cameras or clout. So I said, so you can go off and say that you won due to there being no proof? You really think that everyone is dumb, is a dumb effing like you? Because that's exactly what you would do. That's exactly, whether it be Mara or Jada, or not Jada, Vera, it doesn't matter. They end up beating her down, and she'll just sit there and claim that she won. And then they'd come out and try to defend themselves, and it's like, well, there's no proof. There's no proof that you beat me. And then she'd have her little minions attack them, and so you really think that anyone's going to accept a challenge with no proof? So Alyssa knows what she's doing. But fortunately, because there's evidence of what she's doing, so basically she's talking about no cameras, and they can say, oh, well, I'm not doing this without cameras. And she can say, oh, you're just afraid and this and that, but people are seeing what she's writing. It's like, clearly she's not afraid. She's the one who accepted the challenge. She's offering to fight you. And you're like, no, I don't want to do, no streaming or anything for your bigoted fans. That's what she said the first time. No streaming for your bigoted fans. So you can clearly see she's trying to get out of it by saying no cameras. Um, you're the one who dodged the fight, though? No, she's not the one who dodged the fight. She accepted the challenge, and it didn't happen because Alyssa was like, oh, well, I don't want there to be any camera. They're streaming. So I would do the same thing. If I was going against someone I knew I could clearly win against, I would still want cameras. It's two well-known people. I mean, you've seen YouTube fights, so it's not like it's some hidden underground, fight club. No, we've seen YouTubers box. So what's the problem here, Alyssa? I think you know what the problem is. So instead of fighting Mara or Vara, who can probably, most likely beat her down, now she's going after Melonie Mac, someone who is probably a lot weaker than this chick. Even though she does like pop culture stuff, she has a channel where she reads the Bible. You really think she's built to fight? So now Alyssa, because Melonie says words I don't like, I'm gonna beat her down. Um, and she's challenging someone who she's more confident about because of how small and everything Melonie is. I don't know if I think she has some kind of training. I'm not too sure. But she wants to pick on someone who most likely won't be able to defend herself. Although, although, if Melonie just got some, got in some little Quicksilver training, a little bit of Cobra Kai training. A man can't breathe, can't fight. A man can't see, he can't fight. A man can't walk, he can't fight. She'd have no problem. Just boof right in the face. Right in the sternum. Sweep the leg at the knee. That's all she'd have to do. If they're looking for a fight. If it was a boxing fight, it's a little different. But well, technically boxing, you're still here. Now, if it's an MMA match, that's a little more freeing. But if it was a boxing match or something, yeah, you still got here and you still got right there. One good shot right there or one good shot right there and she's down. I think Melonie is probably smaller and more agile. So all Melonie has to do is just boom, one good shot and Alyssa's down like a sack of potatoes. And not the good kind of potatoes. There are just some potatoes that are better than others. Like sweet potato. I love sweet potato. Oh my god. I want sweet potato fries, sweet potato casserole. I mean, I live in the South. So if you go somewhere, you're most likely going to see sweet potato casserole. That is so good. It is so good. Sweet potato fries. It is clearly some potatoes are better than others. But yeah. So Alyssa has dodged the challenge of two other people, Vera and Mara. Mara. One clearly knows what they're doing. What's this right here? Ooh, Call of Cthulhu. Nice. But she clearly knows first place. And that's just judo. I guarantee you she's trained in other forms of martial arts or fighting or whatever. That's why Alyssa backed out. Because she's a coward. She sits there and says, fight me. Physically. And then they're like, oh, has anyone accepted yet? You're like, no, because they're pussies. Well, you just ducked out of a challenge. So maybe you're the very thing you're claiming other people are. You ever think of that? And now, because you can't beat Mara, and Vara would probably beat you down too, you're going after Melonie. Someone who has a channel where she reads the Bible. Yeah, real tough one, aren't ya? Going from two people that would beat you down to someone who probably couldn't. Unless they pulled out some sweet, sweet Cobra Kai tactics, which I would love to see. I would love to see it. And that was such a great scene in the movie with Silver training Daniel, and they have like this mock-up human, and like a training dummy, and it's made of like everything's like pipes are for the limbs, but then like the arms have like wood, and the face is made of wood, the arms, the legs, all made of wood, and he's teaching him the Quicksilver method, with the whole if a man can't breathe, he can't fight, and the whole point is like he's training him, but he's trying to get revenge. And he wants Daniel to essentially make his knuckles bleed. So, he's telling to keep sweeping the leg or keep punching until Daniel essentially hurts himself, whether it be his foot or his fist, and his knuckles actually do start to bleed. It's such a great scene because you can see him watching it. And like there's the moment where he's like, oh, you're not even worth my time. I don't even know why I'm bothering with you. And he goes in and he just kind of waits there on the other side of the wall, and he hears Daniel just punching away at it, and Daniel kind of struggling. And every time he hears Daniel struggle, he like has this little smile and laugh that he does. And every time he just, it's such a great scene. It's such a great scene. I love that series. The Karate Kid series. The fourth one, the new Karate Kid, not so much. And that one with Jackie Chan and uh, Jaden Smith. But Cobra Kai, oh my god, that show was amazing. That show was amazing. Um, but what was I saying? I don't remember what I was talking about. I was talking about Cobra Kai, Karate Kid, and oh yes, I remember. Yeah, she's she clearly knows what she's doing. She clearly knows what she's doing. So, no one is going to look at her trying to dodge everything, like, oh, no cameras, no this, no that, and be like, oh yeah, she totally knows she can win. So that's why now she's going after Melonie Mac. Melonie Mac. Again, she has a YouTube channel where she reads the Bible. Um, actually, let me check. Well, if she came out if she fought her and came out winning, this is what it would be like. Got the Chad face going on. But yeah, she loves her some Lara Croft. I'm trying to see if there's anything where I know she goes to the gym. Um, but oh yeah, I got the Death Note. Nice to meet you. What's your name? um, I think yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen. Like you can see, she's well, like she's built well. I mean, is she bigger than Alyssa? I don't know, but it's not like she's like skinny. She's not skinny by any means. Um, so uh-oh, she has a pew pew. Oh no. Um, Squad members. Yeah, I wasn't she in the military? Wait, hang on. Okay, so it was like a gamer type thing where she was training with the Marines. She trained with the Marines. Not she wasn't in the she trained with the Marines. We know how badass the Marines are. So I'm sure she learned a lot of stuff, a lot of hand-to-hand combat, and stuff like that. So even if she wasn't, she's not training she can use what she learned from the Marines. Again, the Marines. Um, so even I'm starting to think that even Melonie could take her on. With the Marine training, that's something you don't forget. It's like any kind of martial arts. You never forget it. No matter how out of shape you might get. Like, I know martial arts. Have I forgotten any of it? No. And not to and as I've gotten older, I learned it when I was a kid. I'm 6'4" now, and I haven't forgotten anything. So, that makes me, kind of a threat. Her learning from the Marines. She's not going to forget that experience. They teach you survival, what to do in certain situations where you're confronted. So, Alyssa, I think the girl who reads the Bible would be able to kick your ass in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. And you don't know this, which is why you issued the challenge to her, because you think, oh, she's just small and weak and I can actually beat her, compared to Vera or Mara Jade. Mara Jade, who, again, first place, judo. So, Alyssa is just showing who she is. She just left Kotaku. So she's, trying to be out there in the limelight still and stay relevant. I saw someone post something I think it was this morning, about her having an article published in Rolling Stone. I don't know if she's working for them or she just managed to get it published. Um, but regardless, you know, Alyssa is just a coward. She doesn't want anything to be recorded or streamed. She's like, no, no streaming for your bigoted fans. Well, that's not how it works, Alyssa. You know, you have all these YouTubers and people fighting, and people want to watch. People want to see it. People want to know who the victor is. And they're not going to just go on the word of the people who participated. So, but yeah, Alyssa going after Melanie Mac now because, oh no, she said words I don't like. Always getting violent. These people always getting violent. I mean, it's ma'am. You see videos of them constantly being misgendered or people using words they don't like, and they get violent. And these are supposedly the people who are college educated, and they get violent every single time. You know, you can go on YouTube, or not really YouTube, but Twitter right now about with the elections, and you can see that side being completely violent with saying about how they, you know, certain things to happen to certain political people. Um, that's all they do. They're just violent. Uh, you know, people like her, not everyone, but her, the more extreme side, they're violent. And then they wonder why no one wants to deal with them because most people are normal, and if I hear a mean word, the first thing I don't think of doing is, you know, assaulting someone. But like I said, they claim to be college educated, but their mentality is that of a child, constantly throwing hissy fits, constantly getting violent, throwing temper tantrums. So, but yeah, she declined Vara and Mara, and now she thinks she can go after Melanie, which again, even if she wasn't in the Marines or the military, she has Marine training, and that's gonna last her a lifetime. So, I think if it was to happen, I think that Alyssa would get beat down by a girl who reads the Bible. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um, but you know, you can't expect much from Alyssa. You really can't. She doesn't know when to shut her mouth. She doesn't know when to stop. And as long as her little fanboys keep her, you know, she's not going to. She's not going to because she wouldn't have a reason to. But she's declined two people that could take her on, going after a third who she thinks she can take on. So, Melanie, we love you. Start training, you know, kind of brush up on your fighting technique and accept a challenge. We would love to see her get put in her place, especially by someone who she's clearly underestimating. So, you want to talk about strong, powered females? Yeah, yeah. Let's show them what a strong, empowered female actually looks like. Um, so I would say train up and fight her, and then when she gets her face rearranged, so. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.